welcome to another episode of the Journeys of Not So Ordinary People podcast. Today's topic, we are talking about plans. And so, a plan without action is just a plan. So, as always, I'm one of your co hosts. I'm Dr. Joe Hamlet, and alongside me is Dr. Dave Peltz. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, Dr. Joe, figuratively by your side from a physical presence, figuratively.
Okay.
But yes, by your side always.
All right. Well, sounds good. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into this topic. So, Dave, what are your thoughts about a plan without action? It's just a plan.
This is I want to say this is another one of my favorite things to talk about because so many of us have wonderful ideas. I've already saved the world like 353 times. I've saved the dolphins at least 5 times. I've saved all the going extinct animals like a bazillion times. So, I mean, these are all great ideas that I've had that I've resolved, but I didn't create a plan and I didn't take action against that plan. So,
Yep.
kind of along the premise of an idea is just an idea until you create a plan. A plan without action is just a plan. It's just a formalized idea. So, when we talk about taking action, like I said, I've saved all these things, in my mind, but I didn't have a plan on actually how to take action against it, and then I didn't execute to that plan. So
Right.
again, you can have the greatest ideas, you can have the greatest intents by having it planned out, but if you're not taking action, it's a written down idea is what a plan is at that point. So when we're taking action is really kind of the focus of this regarding to having plans. And as we've built over the last couple of weeks, the different topics for discussion, pull that back up here. Give me 1 second. It's such a hard push sometimes. So last week we had why having a plan is necessary. Before that, navigating the mid process plateau. Selective intentional independence, starting your own business, preparing for the best outcome. I mean, there's a gradual there's a gradual flow to this series that we've kind of inadvertently created. And last week we talked about how having a plan is necessary. This week is now we got to take action against that plan. Otherwise, it's still just a plan. I've planned on going to the gym. I've got it written down on the days of the week I'll go and how many hours I'll go and all the exercises and reps for each one of those I'll do. But there's one thing I still haven't done, Joe, and that's taken action. I haven't got my pinstripe spandex suit on and walked into the gym and started moving weights around.
Yep. You're right. I mean, our plan could be pretty. It could have a bow around it, but if we don't take action and to start to execute some of those um, objectives, then it's still just a pretty plan. It's we haven't accomplished anything. Again, we've outlined the things we need to do, but like to your point, what you just said, you haven't gone and started pushing weight around. You've got the plan in place. You're going to work on legs this day. You're going to work on chest. You're going to work on shoulders. All those are great ideas. The plan looks perfect. It would probably match up to most plans out there. But you're again, this the craziest thing is that you haven't taken action to complete even one step of those things. So it's just a formalized plan. It looks great, but nothing will come of it. And like many of us, we've all created plans or had an idea of a plan. Like Dave said, we've all saved the world so many times. We've all done so many things in our head, but we really haven't because we haven't taken any action to execute any of those things on that plan. So, as much as we've talked about, or much as all of us have maybe planned to do something, it's not we haven't done anything or taken any action to fulfill not even one piece of it or complete even one action item on that plan or that list. So that's when you might need some accountability buddies or people that you can reach out to and say, "Hey, I've got my plan in place. So what do I do now? Or can you help me? Can you scold me if I don't do these things?" That might be the time that you institute something like that. And to be honest, I actually did that during my education journey. I actually shared my progress on a regular basis with all my friends, family, people that I, were in contact with all the time, I would tell them the next phases, just so that they would keep me honest. And so the next time they saw me, they'd say, "Hey, how did that project go? How did that last step go?" And I would feel compelled to have to do that because I put myself in that position to have them hold me accountable. And for me, it worked. It kept me on my toes, and it kept me focused and motivated because it felt like it was more than just me going through that journey. I had accountability partners, people that were concerned that I was going to get it done. And so that was sometimes annoying, but at the same time, it kept me focused and motivated. So that might be what you have to do to maybe assist you with taking action. That's just one example that I used that worked for me. It may not work for other people. They may feel like it's annoying or they avoid next time they see that person because they don't have any updates. So that was my way of taking action and actually doing something with my plan and not just talking, but also doing walking the walk. So,
Joe, you sharing that reminded me of two questions. One, why are you not taking action? What's preventing you? And then two, which you started to address, what can you do to take action? So I'd kind of like to back up and then
yeah,
revisit the second one. So the first question that we have is, if you have a plan, why are you not taking action? What's preventing you from taking these actions? I mean, I'm sure there's constraints that are pretty much outside of our control, like if there's a tornado or something like that, that could probably influence you not to go out to the aluminum work shed and start playing with metal objects. We get that. But other than extreme circumstances that are, the one offs, what is preventing you from taking action? Sometimes it's insecurity, sometimes it's fear of failure, fear of disappointment, disappointing yourself, disappointing others. Maybe it's you're not comfortable with yourself. Maybe you're not comfortable or secure with whether or not you can do it, putting yourself out there. And to Joe's point, I'm going to back up a little bit. When I started school, I was afraid to go to school because I was afraid of failing. I didn't think I was smart enough, and I needed to come up with. I need to build my own confidence, and that's not something else can someone else can do for you. You have to kind of do that for yourself. We've talked, many episodes ago about self care. That's one of these things that we're talking about. So, what is preventing you from taking action? Is there a physical limitation? You want to hike up Mount McKinley, but you live in southern Arizona, not
right.
readily available. Is it financial? I want to fly to the moon in my own rocket that I build. There could be some financial constraints there, maybe some legal constraints. I'm not sure. Um, is it emotional? Is it something with inside you? Do you think you don't need to do it for some reason, or you think that you don't need to do it because of your insecurities? Do you think you don't need to do it because you've already done it? You don't need to do it anymore. So what's holding you back from taking action? Those are just some examples. And I know some of my early experiences were, like I said, with school. I didn't think I was smart enough to go to school. Yet here I am. So I didn't think I was good enough to be in the military. I did it 3 times. Joe did it for, my God, Joe, I'm so sorry, over 30 years. What was wrong with you? Did they break something in you? Did they
Uh,
break you? Did they
I
break
believe
you?
they did.
So, but what are the things that are holding you back? What's really, really holding you back from taking that action? And when we talk about, taking action, it's the necessary action, not the busy being busy thing. Like
Right.
me getting my pinstripe spandex and going to the gym. That's not a necessary action that I'm delaying. I could go to the gym without the spandex. Although I'm
But I'm
not,
hopefully you're wearing
yeah,
something
hope,
though.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I think I need to be wearing something when I go into the
Right.
gym. Thank you, Joe.
Now, Dave, you're right. Those are two very important questions you need to ask yourself. Why are you not doing those things? And it could be, a number of things or combine things together that you just mentioned, fear, the resources, just a lot of different things. So that falls in back into that critical self-reflection as well. What are the reasons why you're not moving forward? I mean, that really comes back to that. Are you aware of it and you're just not taking action, or you're not, you know, really reflecting on it enough to get you to drive or to move or or motivated to do something? So what is it? Are you accepting of whatever your diagnosis is for yourself? And that could just be it too, that you're just paralyzed. You're not sure how to take action. So that's why I go back to, again, maybe getting the assistance of others. And I think Dave mentioned on our last episode too that, somebody that knows you well, your supervisor, your, coworkers, or your family, your friends, people that maybe you might need that little boost, or that, energy, that courage, to overcome some of these things, because it is a challenge. And so again, we're not really thinking of this as doing these steps that, get you to that next level. It's those small steps, those small milestones that get you to the finish line. Not having to do these grandioso, I've made it to this next level. It's not that. It's not like you're playing a video game and you got to beat the boss to
Hey,
get to
wait
the
a
next
second.
level. No, it's not that. And it sounds like Dave was somebody led him down the wrong path, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about sometimes it's just those smallest steps, and you'll be surprised again after you start to add them up, count them up, you'll see that you've made progress. But the first thing is to ask yourself, why am I not moving forward? Is it I need that cheerleader, that person that's going to help me out, or am I just refusing, or am I waiting on my spandex to go into the gym? What is it?
I would pay
And
to see that with you, brother.
not me, no. I haven't brought it up on several episodes, so I am not owning that. But whatever the case is, that's what it really comes down to. What is your spandex? What are you not, doing because whatever reason? For Dave, he's sound like that's his thing, but for me, that's not my thing. So, what
so,
is your thing that's holding you back?
and then that brings up the follow-up question, which you, I'm going to say partially addressed, because I think there's much more that we can expand upon with that, because that was a great way to bring in that piece. But what can you do to start taking action for those necessary steps that will lead to progress? My spandex, not a necessary step to lead to my progress. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about necessary actions that will lead to progress, not the finish line, not the next college degree or certification, the steps to make the action, to start that ball rolling, to start that momentum. What are some of those steps that you can take that will lead towards progress? Me getting my fat ass up out of this chair, driving to the gym, and actually pushing some weights around, that's a couple of good actions right there to lead
Yep.
to progress. The spandex, not so much. So, Joe, what are your thoughts? What are some ideas that you have on what actions you can take that will actually help you to start taking these actions?
Again, taking those small incremental actions. So again, if your plan is to, like you say, go to the gym, what's the first thing you can do that's going to get you going toward the gym? Do you actually go in and talk to a, fitness coach inside the gym and say, hey, this is my idea, what are your thoughts? What should I start with? What's the weights that I should start with? So it's maybe going outside and getting that expertise of someone who's done it, someone who's been there, or someone who does it for on a regular basis. Getting their feedback, getting their input, that might help you realize, oh wow, this guy, they may show you a picture of themselves when they were 30 pounds lighter and no muscles. I mean, it just something as simple as that to motivate you to want to do it. That's one option, is to um, find resources that could potentially help you. Somebody that's been there, somebody that's done that. You may not even have to go to the gym. You may have seen somebody that you've known over a year, works at the same place you do, and you 1 year, last year you saw them, they were a puny person. Now they're, this hulking looking person. So something as simple as that, asking them questions. The other thing you could do is, again, if your goal is to go to the gym, lift some weights, actually go through the door and pick up a weight. I mean, and it doesn't have to be
Do it.
go in there and do 3 sets of, bench press or squats or anything like that. Go in there and pick up some weights. Get on a treadmill, try it out, and so at least you've done like Dave said, got out of the chair, got in your car, went to the gym, and actually picked up a weight. So that's the other option. Just push through it. Other things, again, like I mentioned, sharing your goals with other people. Maybe you need a cheerleader to help you get motivated. And what's cool about that, again, is now they have ownership in it as well. They want to see you succeed. So they're going to hopefully motivate you and push you and pester you to, live up to those standards that you set for yourself. So those are three examples. And I'm sure there's many more. Dave may have some more, but those are three things you can do that are not, don't take much effort. Just again, just that thought of, I go do these things. I've already taken one step closer.
Yeah, and the only one that I'm going to add, Joe, before we get into the weekly challenges, small steps. If you're stuck by that analysis paralysis, overthinking shit, just start with small steps that are leading towards that action. Like you said, getting into the car, going there, and talking to someone. That's all you got to do. Get in the car, go through the doors, talk to someone, reach out to someone online, whatever. But just start taking action. But if you start taking the same action over and over and you're not going anywhere because you keep asking people the same questions, I keep asking Joe, what should I wear? He says, not spandex. But I keep asking, what should I wear? Now you're spinning your wheels. You got to do more than that. It's about progress. It's about progress. So, going to jump into this week's weekly challenge. Select one of your project plans and take two actions towards its progress. Not two actions towards progress. Something that's going to start building that momentum. So I'll say that again. Select one of your project plans and take two actions, just two actions towards its progress. You can do it. Joe and I have done it. We did it this morning. We woke up. We're sitting here having the podcast. Those are our two actions towards being able to post this thing tomorrow. So if we can do it, you can do it. We woke up early. Well, I woke up earlier than Joe, but we still woke up. That's the first action that you got to do. You can't do it. You can do it while you're sleeping. This is not making any sense. So I'm going to stop talking. Select one of your project plans. Take two actions towards its progress. And
Okay.
remember, we have the weekly challenge journal on our website. No cost, fillable PDF to help you track your progress of your weekly challenges. We've gotten, I want to say, quite a few. It looks like about 20, almost 30, about 20 so far this year that we put out there. I'm just guessing. I'm just kind of looking at the list. I'm assuming it's 20, maybe more, and that'll help you track your progress with your weekly challenges. We also have the free assessment that's short. If you like that one, you can take the longer one that's attached to that, no cost to you. Use these resources. Get the gray matter flowing. Don't let it just turn into a piece of concrete up there. Make it fluid.
Well, Dave, again, since we're close to time, do you have any final thoughts about a plan without action is just a plan? Your final thoughts.
One last thing, I'm just going to kind of surmise everything we've talked about. Take the actions that are going to lead to progress. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels. Do take those steps that are going to move you forward, not just marching in place.
Yeah, I couldn't say it any clearer than that. It's about forward progress, and Dave said it earlier. Even the tiniest steps. If you moved one step closer than you were yesterday or the day before, then that's progress. But again, be intentional about it. You don't want to just take you 10 years to go from 10 pounds to 11 pounds. I mean, you want to be really intentional about progress and growth and development. As soon as you get that mindset, that momentum starts to flow, and then it becomes like a big boulder that's rolling downhill and be very hard to stop it. So that's about it for this podcast. So we want to thank you all for showing up again. If you've enjoyed the podcast to this point, share with a friend, person that might benefit from this podcast. Again, if there's comments that or things you want us to talk about or discuss, please let us know in the comments. Everything will be in our description, how to contact us. And again, there's things that you'd enjoy hearing, seeing from us, or just outside the box, let us know because we definitely want to continue to improve and do things that are going to benefit you. So, again, this is the Mid Career Professional Podcast. Of course, this applies to everybody, but we've kind of honed in on that group of people because we were those people before. But we want to thank you all. Share, comment, like the podcast. And again, we want you to continue being your not so ordinary.